What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. If you guys are new to my channel, please don't forget to subscribe and turn on your post notifications so that you get notified every time I upload a new video. If you guys are part of my Chulada squad, welcome back. I am back with what I promised you guys. I told you guys that I was going to sorry, I run out of breath really easily already. It's actually very annoying. But I had told you guys that I was gonna bring you back all the way from the very beginning of my pregnancy journey. So that's what I'm gonna do. And we're gonna kick it back all the way to the 2-week wait. So if you guys are in this video, it's obvious because judging by the title of my video, you guys are either pregnant or going through that most dreaded, horrible 2-week wait period after you have ovulated. Point of this, if I just got distracted, but I just turned on my sage, so if you guys happen to see any smoke, no, my house is not on fire. It's my sage burning over here right next to my accordion in my little spiritual corner area. Anyway, if you guys are in this video, it's because, like I said, you're going through that dreaded 2-week wait phase that we all hate, because it's so like, it's like you just want to know, you know? So if you are sensitive to certain information, I would suggest that you just click out of this video. This video is by no way, shape, or form intended for children or for any, I want to say, any male family member that follows me. I don't think you guys want to stick around and hear any of this, so just a little fair warning. TMI is about to come on. So anyway, ladies, if you guys are in your trying to conceive journey and you guys are going through that 2-week wait, I'm going to share with you guys some of my symptoms that I had, that I experienced before getting my BFP. And so yeah, let's go. Let me look at my notes, because I told you guys I was jotting everything down and writing everything down for you guys. So let me just pull up my notes. And for everybody that is fairly new to this, if you are going through a 2-week wait phase, then you're obviously tracking your ovulation, and that is the best thing you can do if you're trying to conceive naturally. If you're trying to get pregnant on a certain like time frame, or if you're just, I don't know, if you're just trying to conceive, the best thing for you to do is track your ovulation. However, that's kind of tricky. That's kind of hard at first, because you feel like you don't even know what you're doing. But once you get the hang of it, one of the apps that I did use that is actually phenomenal, and I would recommend it a lot, is called Premom. That app has been really good, and it helped me track my menstrual cycle. That's what my doctor told me to do. She's like, I need you to track your menstrual cycle. And this was a little bit after I removed my IUD. I removed my IUD in September. So September of last year. I removed my IUD in September of last year, September of 2020, right? You guys, pregnancy brain is real. September of 2020 is when I removed my IUD, and then my husband and I decided that we were gonna try right away, but then we decided we weren't gonna try. We weren't ready yet. We had a bunch of shit going on, so at the time we're like, okay, you know what, let's not. So then I just kept a track of my cycle, so that way I knew what it was. So I kind of got a little practice run, if that makes any sense to you guys, on tracking my ovulation and tracking my menstrual cycle. Anyway, long story short, once you start tracking your ovulation, you obviously know that when you're at your peak, that's when you're supposed to do the hanky-panky. And that is when you start counting. So therefore, I'm telling you guys, I'm out of breath. Let's take a second. Rewind. Okay. I think I'm good. So right when you start tracking your ovulation, that's when you start counting your DPO, your days post-ovulation. So, you know, given the fact that it's a 2-week wait period, you start at 1 DPO, 2 DPO, 3 DPO, and so far and so forth. So I want to say, after my ovulation date, 1 DPO to, here, let me just be exact because I know I wrote everything down. 1 second, guys. Okay, so after you ovulate, that would be considered 1 DPO. For my case, 1 DPO to up to 4 DPO, 0 symptoms, obviously, right? It would be too early to even feel anything. But like I said, if you're trying to conceive and you're going through this, like it makes you go crazy. You're thinking about it all the time and you're just like, oh my God, am I feeling this? Is this normal? And sometimes, as shitty and as sucky as it is, it's just your body getting ready for your menstrual cycle. So they're very, 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 very similar. So for all of you pee stick addicts, you guys know what I mean. This is the crazy 2 weeks that you'll probably be peeing on a stick every fucking day. But on my end, on my case, 1, 2, 3, and 4 DPO, nothing, no symptoms, everything was normal, no biggie. 5 DPO, however, on 5 DPO, I started to notice frequent urination. Like I was going to the bathroom a lot for some odd reason. It was just a lot more than usual. You know, it was even waking me up at night, which was weird for me because I never, like once I'm out, I'm out. But this was like waking me up at night and I'm like, okay. That was my biggest symptom at 5 DPO. And then at 6 DPO, I started to notice a lot of headaches, frequent urination. Everything was still the same. I was urinating a lot, and I had headaches. And then I noticed also that I was cramping. I had like slight cramps. So I was like, maybe I'm gonna get my period. That's the first thing that came to my head. I was like, oh, because it's exactly how it feels. Like, you know how when you start to feel like that crampy sensation, like that's exactly what I had. 7 DPO, I noticed, which is crazy because I started to notice I could smell everything. So I'm like, what the hell is that smell? Like I was just complaining throughout my house. Like I could smell literally everything. So that was one of my biggest symptoms at 7 DPO that I started to kind of be like, okay, am I pregnant? Like, can I be pregnant? So then same thing, frequent urination, headaches. And then the only difference this time was that I could smell literally everything. So then that day, curiosity got the best of me and I did do a pregnancy test, negative. So 7 DPO, negative pregnancy test for me, didn't work out. So I'm like, oh man, maybe it's my period. That's exactly what went through my mind. I could have sworn it was my period. The following day, every morning, I take my dog out for a walk. We go to the park, we take a walk, and then we just hang out for a little bit. That day, I remember I woke up, I took my kids to school. Excuse me. I woke up, I took my kids to school, and then I decided I was going to do my regular thing. I took my dog for a walk, but I noticed, you guys, while I was walking with him, I got extremely, extremely dizzy. So I was like, oh my God, this is not normal. Like scary type of dizzy. So I was like, shit. I remember I even texted Moy and I'm like, hey, you know, I don't feel so good. And he's like, well, what's wrong? I'm like, I don't know. Like, I just got very dizzy. And he was like, no. Well, he didn't think of it. So he's like, well, just go home and, you know, get some rest. There's really nothing you got to do. So just go hang out. So I was like, okay. But at that time, I kind of felt like it. And I remember I called my best friend, Norma. Shout out to you, Norma. You know exactly what I'm talking about. I called my best friend, Norma, and I was like, hey, you know, I feel like this and it's weird. Like, I don't know. What if I'm pregnant? And she was like, she automatically got so excited. She's like, oh my God, you probably are. Let's take a test together. She's so silly. And I was like, no, you know, I'm not gonna take a test. I'm just gonna wait. But I don't know if this isn't it, then there's something wrong because I just got very dizzy. Like I felt like I was gonna pass out while I was walking my dog. And she was like, oh damn, well, you know, if you want to take a test or if you want to wait till you miss your period, just let me know. And we never talked about it again, because if there's one thing about Norma, it's that she's she's that one friend that she'll probably think about it, but she won't be annoying about it. Like, she won't ask me or tell me, you gotta take a test, or no, that's not how she is. And I love that about her. So, which is why I knew who to tell. Because if I tell my other friends, girl, Maggie would have never, she would have came to my house, knocked on that door and be like, pee on this shit. That's what my friend Maggie would have done. My best friend Maggie, before she goes crazy on me, my best friend Maggie / comadre, she would have done that. And then my other bestie Coco, she would have done the same shit. She would have been like, bitch, take a test, blah, blah, blah. So I was like, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to tell them. But anyway, I got home and then I started to feel a little bit nauseous. Mind you, this is already at 8 DPO. I'm at 8 DPO already. And I started to notice that I felt a little bit nauseous, but at the same time, I thought maybe it's because I got dizzy and that caused me to feel nauseous. Well, it could have been. But, so 8 DPO, I felt nauseous. I got dizzy. I had a lot of bloat. Like, I was bloated, you guys. Like, hello. Like, I was extremely bloated. And that, to me, was like, I'm getting my period. That's what it is. I'm going to get my period. PMSing. Mother Nature, like, you're doing it to me. But no. So I got home. And I had one more pregnancy test. So I was like, I'm going to take it. I'm going to take this test and we're going to see where it goes. It was freaking positive. And that's actually one of the tests I took when I recorded for you guys the video of how I found out I was pregnant. It was positive. So I was like, holy shit. Like, I tested positive at 8 DPO, which is quite early if you ask me. Because I know a lot of my friends and a lot of people that I know, they don't test positive up until 10 days post-ovulation. So for me, it was at 8 DPO is when I got my first positive. But it was very, very, very faint. So I was a little bit kind of like, it was kind of sketchy, you know. But for that day, I actually logged, hold on. I know I logged it. I had cramps. I had the weirdest tuggy feeling on my left side. So kind of like, if I can explain this, it's like if I would sneeze, I felt like a tug on my left side, like by my ovaries. Like, I felt like this weird, like if almost like if something was pulling inside. So I'm like, what the hell? So I kept feeling that. And then at this point, since I already knew I had tested positive, I was kind of like scared that, to me in my head, it's like, it's a freaking miscarriage. Like, oh, I'm going to miscarry, blah, blah, blah. Like, that's just like, because I have had a miscarriage in the past, that's like the first thing that comes in. I'm freaking paranoid. Like, paranoid the whole time. So that's actually what happened. And then I did notice on 8 DPO, I was extremely thirsty. I was like, I needed water. I was super, super thirsty. But drinking so much water was making me also nauseous, if that makes sense. So I kind of switched during the afternoon. I switched over to Gatorade, and praise Jesus, Gatorade was my best friend for my first trimester. But yeah, you guys, so 8 DPO, I was positive. On 9 DPO, I took another test, and it was still positive, and it was much more darker than at 8 DPO. So I would encourage you guys, if you guys can hold it maybe up until 7 DPO, you should start testing maybe from there and forward to make sure that your lines get darker. For me, 7 DPO was negative, 8 DPO was positive, 9 DPO was positive, and then that's how it kept going. On 9 DPO, I tested in the morning, it was positive. I had headache again, my headache was still bad. This is when I started to feel my breast very, very sore. So I was like, holy cow, this is real. My breasts were very sore. My head was hurting. I had constant cramps. Like, something was going on in there. Like, my cramping was scary. Like, it was cramping, like, to the point where it was like, even that tuggy feeling that I'm telling you guys, it was still there. And then I just felt like I was gonna full-blown get my period. That is the feeling. When I can describe cramps, that is exactly what I was feeling. So 9 DPO, I remember I was just relaxing. I was trying to not do much. And at 10 DPO, which was the following day, obviously, I took another test. And this is when I decided to take my digital. I was like, I'm going to take the digital. I know that in most cases, if your digital is negative, then that's what it is. So I took my digital and it was positive. And I took another regular one just for confirmation because I didn't want to tell Moy unless I was like super sure, because I didn't want him to get excited and then it's just like, just kidding. So no, I waited until 10 DPO to tell him, and it was positive. At this day at 10 DPO, I did feel nauseous, so lots of nausea in the morning. And it was only in the morning, nausea. I was getting up at night still to go urinate. I was, my headaches were really bad, and my breasts were very sore still at this point. They're like very tender. Like I couldn't even, you guys, I couldn't even like touch my breast because they hurt. Like it was bad. They were really hurting. And at that point, like I said, I told Moy, so he already knew. 11 DPO, I didn't take a test anymore, but I did notice a slight change on that day because on 11 DPO, I kind of spotted a little bit. So 11 DPO, I used the restroom and I noticed a little bit of spotting. So I was like freaking out. I was like, oh my God, this is it. Like I'm not, you know, I'm going to get my period. So maybe it's kind of like a, what do people call it? There's a special term that they use for it where it's like you caught a pregnancy way too early. Sometimes that's why it's not good to test until you miss your period. But anyway, I was like, maybe this is one of those cases where I just caught the pregnancy way too early and now here we are. I'm not pregnant, blah, blah, blah. Being paranoid as usual. But nope, I was spotting at what my doctor says it was more than likely implantation bleeding. So this was at 11 DPO for me. That's when I noticed some spotting, and it was very light. It was pink. It wasn't even like a full-blown like bleed. It was very pink. But that was the only difference. Everything else, all my symptoms remained the same, completely the same. And on 12 DPO, I was actually happy because I know for a fact, hold on guys, let me pull it up because I closed out of it. On 12 DPO, I didn't have a headache this day. I was okay. I didn't have a headache, but I did have a lot of that cramp feeling that I'm telling you guys. I did cramp a lot, and I had a lot of back pain, like lower back pain for some odd reason. This was at 12 DPO. I'm like, my lower back was just very achy, and I was exhausted. Once I hit 12 DPO, you guys, it was just like, fatigue, hello, I'm here. I just wanted to sleep. And the fact that I had headaches most of the time, on this particular day I didn't, but most of the time I had headaches, and then I was just so tired, so I just wanted to be sleeping. And I have been super blessed this time around because I didn't have to actually like do much. Like I was able to be at home and enjoy like getting my rest as much as possible. But yeah, you guys, 12 DPO, that's how it went. Same cramps, tuggy feeling, no spotting on 12 DPO. And then on 13 DPO, that was the last day that I was like, oh my God, like I need to make an appointment. So I made my appointment on 13 DPO, and it was the same. I was really extremely bloated. So I do want to tell you guys, like, you will be extremely, well, I don't know if everybody, but for me, in my case, I was extremely bloated. On 13 DPO, I had my headache again. I remember having my headache again and just drinking so much water and Gatorade. I was like alternating both ways. And that was about it, you guys. Nothing really changed, but that was my 2-week wait journey. I do want to say that the 2-week wait is actually very dreadful if you're trying to conceive. If you are not trying to conceive, you won't even notice until you miss your period, but you would more than likely miss your period at 14 or anything right around those dates. But yeah, you guys, so if you guys are obviously trying to conceive, I wish you the best of luck. I wish you nothing but baby dust. I hope that you get your BFP very soon. And I hope that you can also share your journey so that I can subscribe, because you guys, when I was on the other side of the screen, I'm telling you, I was YouTubing everything. I was Googling, and a lot of people were probably like, girl, like, what you playing for? Like, you have had other babies, and I have, but my babies are 6 years apart, so it's kind of like a big refresh, and everything is like brand new to me all over again. So you guys, when I tell you guys this is real, this is real. Like, this pregnancy, you guys, has been completely different. Like, I'm getting out of topic a little bit right now with the 2-week weight journey, but this pregnancy has been so different because oddly, well, not oddly, thankfully, because I remember with my daughters having nausea 24/7 all the way till I gave birth. Like, this was bad. And for this pregnancy, this baby has been so good to me, you guys. I only had nausea. I still have nausea, but I don't have any sickness. Thank the Lord. I am not throwing up. I can eat. Clearly, I can eat. And I am just enjoying every single bit of it, you guys. I am so happy. I'm so blessed. And like I said, if you guys are on your way and you guys are blessed, well, if you are pregnant, congratulations. But if you're on that 2-week wait, girl, you're almost there. Be patient. Don't be peeing 3-4 times a day because it doesn't work. It's not going to change. But yeah, I'll see you guys on my next video. My next video is going to be my first trimester update. So I'm excited to share that with you guys. And I know a lot of you guys want to know what the belly looks like right now. So I'm going to show you guys a little peek of what my belly looks like right now. Really, hold on. This is my belly right now. But I will share with you guys a lot more as soon as I can. But with that being said, I will see you guys on the next video. Thank you guys for watching. Bye.